Hi everyone, Roger here, welcome back to the channel. Right, this is the Poco F4 GT, of course. This video's like my first impressions or my initial thoughts. The phone has now gone on sale in the UK a few days ago, and this is one of the best Poco phones I think I've ever seen. Also, it's quite similar to the Xiaomi 12 Pro, so it shares a few similarities I think to the Xiaomi 12 Pro, but really nice handset. So as I said, today's video is my first impressions really, my initial thoughts of the Poco F4 GT, but I do plan to make a full review, so if you like this kind of content, please feel free to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my future videos, and if you enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. So let's quickly start with what you get when you buy the F4 GT. So in the box, you get the phone, of course. We're going to look at that again in a moment. You get a very thick USB-C cable, which has an angled connector. That's amazing when you're trying to use the phone or you're playing games while you're charging it. And just like the Xiaomi 12 Pro, in the box is a 120 watt power adapter. So not only do they include the charger, this is a seriously powerful one. The phone itself looks premium. It has a nice matte finish on the back. It's definitely the best looking Poco phone I've ever seen. There's no question about that. It's a nice design, it looks nice. It does have more of a gaming look, but then you have the shoulder buttons, and now that I've used them, I can say that I like them a lot. So you kind of slide a switch and the shoulder buttons, they pop up, and there are two of them along one edge. So when you're holding it like this and you're gaming, you have those two shoulder buttons there, and they work really well. They actually do work really well. You can set up those shoulder buttons in Game Turbo. That's so easy to do, it just takes a second, and then you can assign certain actions to both of those buttons, so that's really good. I set this up in Fortnite. For this example, I've mapped the buttons to jump and also the fire button as well, so now I can play using those buttons, and it works really well. Now, one thing is the sliders that you have to move to make the button pop up, those slidey bits, they're always there. You can always feel them when you're holding the phone, so I like the idea of it. I do think it works very well, and I quite enjoy flicking the switch and seeing the buttons pop up and down. I think it's great. But yeah, those slidey bits are always there, and you can definitely, it is something that you can feel while you're holding the phone. Also, of course, the power button's on the side with the built-in fingerprint reader, and the volume button has been moved to the left-hand side, but that does make a lot of sense when you're holding it and you're gaming. The buttons are in a very good position, I think, so yeah, I do quite like that. So it's a powerful smartphone. It has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, super fast, super smooth, and the other thing is the charging speed. It charges fully in just over 15 minutes. It's so fast. So that's just awesome. You've also got a very nice display on this. So it's AMOLED, 120 Hz, 6.67 inches, and you can see it's a really nice looking display. Then you've got the camera. So you have a 64 megapixel f1.9 wide angle, 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide, and it's still there, but maybe it's useful to somebody, and that's the 2 megapixel macro. It's not something that I would ever really use, but who knows, I don't know, maybe someone will find some use for that. Now, as I said, I haven't had the phone for that long, but I have taken a few quick photos and a few small video clips and things just to try out the camera, and it's not bad. The things I'm looking out for, like color and saturation and obviously focus and all of those kind of things, it all looks quite good. It really does. The images are nice and sharp. Obviously, it does record video as well, up to 4K at 60 FPS. And for the full review, I will of course take more photos and more video as well. The camera is always important on a phone, but from what I've seen so far, it's actually very good. Oh yeah, and then the speakers. They are, I think, the loudest speakers I've ever heard on a smartphone. There you go. They're absolutely superb, and they sound great as well. And of course, they've been positioned in such a way that when you're holding the phone, again, if you're gaming, and you've got the phone in that orientation, your fingers, even when you're using the trigger buttons there, or the shoulder buttons, your fingers still don't cover up the speakers. So that's a great design with the speakers. And you actually get 4 speakers in total as well, so that's something else that's really good about the F4 GT. The final thing I want to mention in this first impressions video is heat. Poco have rearranged the layout on the inside of the phone, and they've done that to try and help with heat dissipation so that the back of the phone doesn't get too hot all in one area. So what they've done is clever, because they're trying to spread that heat around a little bit more evenly. The thing is, the phone does still get warm. So 10 minutes into a game like Fortnite, and you will notice the back of the phone starting to get rather warm. Nothing really terrible, it's not that bad, but it's definitely going to get warm while you're gaming. So it's just something to be aware of. If you're holding the phone and you feel it's warming up, that's normal. It's unavoidable, it's going to happen. So there we are, that's just a quick unboxing and my first impressions of this amazing phone. But you know, first impressions of this device are extremely good. It's the best looking Poco I think I've ever seen. As I said earlier, I really do like it. It's very nice indeed. For now though, that's the Poco F4 GT, and if you'd like to know anything more about it, there'll be a link in the description below. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.